Hey, everybody, this is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show. So, we got a little drama coming out of the Halle Bailey camp. Come on in, let's talk about it.
This is the Demia Avery Show, hosted by Demia Avery, where some of your favorite entertainers, celebs, and entrepreneurs come to highlight all of their many talents.
Hello, everyone. This is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show. Thank you once again for joining me on today's entertainment report. You know what to do. If you are on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Anywhere else, hit that like and share. We're going to get right into it. But how did y'all recover from all of that Cassie news yesterday? Cassie and the Diddy trial. It was a lot. It was a lot to unpack. It was a lot to take in. It was a lot of crazy language, a lot of freaky language, freaky. But I am going to do some updates later on this afternoon or evening just to keep you guys abreast. So make sure you come back. I hate to say abreast because it just sounds so crazy right now, but I'm going to keep you guys updated later on. So let's get into what's happening right now. So Halle Bailey, Miss Disney princess herself. She's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl, talented beyond belief. She has some drama. And according to news sources, she's been having some drama. Halle Bailey accuses DDG of violent assault. I'm just going to read what we have here. The temporary court order granted by Los Angeles judge the same day bars DDG from coming within 100 yards of Bailey or their 17-month-old son, Halo. It also prohibits him from publicly speaking about either of them, including on social media or live streams. Bailey's filing accuses DDG of physical, verbal, emotional, and financial abuse during and after their relationship, which ended in 2024. Throughout our relationship, Daryl has been and continues to be physically, verbal, and emotionally and financially abusive towards me, Bailey wrote in her court declaration. I'm seeking orders to protect myself and our son Halo from ongoing abuse. Um, I actually like that she's filing this and not going to social media first. But, she cited multiple alleged incidents, including one in January 2025 during a custody exchange. According to Bailey, DDG yelled, "Get out of my car, B," pulled her by her hair, slammed her face into her steering wheel, and chipped her tooth. She submitted photos of her injuries to the court. In another incident in March, Bailey said DDG entered her home without permission, accused her of cheating, destroyed her home security camera, took her phone, and later threw it from his car. She filed a police report and submitted surveillance footage. Halle Bailey also accused DDG of using his online audience to target her, and requested that the court restrict him from mentioning her or their son online. I don't blame her for that one. The judge approved Bailey's request to travel with Halo to Italy for 2 months to film a movie with her family and nanny accompanying her. So that's what's going on there. Um, y'all, can we be honest for a second? I I would never tell a woman what to do with her body, when to be a mother, when she should have a baby, and she shouldn't date whomever. I don't think that's a good thing. But I did have when she finally announced that she was having a child, I did get that woman gut thing. I'll just say that. And y'all know what that woman gut thing was like. I personally wanted her to wait. I personally wanted her to wait. I have no say so whatsoever in her life. So, but I did. I wanted her to wait because as as a a, should I say an older person? But I just older than her. How about we say that? I just thought. I wanted her career was going so great at that time that I wanted her to ride that wave first, get her career to a certain point and then had the child and well, marriage, had the child, or however her dynamic is, and then settle into that life, and that way she can have her career, she can have that financial backing, and everything would be cool. And I didn't want her to have to go through a bunch of scrutiny and drama, and especially this. um so obviously she has poor choices in men, um allegedly. So, you know if all this is true, I hope that she continues to do whatever she needs to do to protect her and her child. And DDG gets whatever help that he needs. Again, if this is true, and that they separate ways, and then they can go on and do what they need to do necessary for themselves. But I really, 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 really had hopes and still have high hopes for her because I think she's talented. I think she's extremely talented. I think she's a beautiful girl. Um, but sometimes we just get lost in life, and it is what it is. But that's just my opinion. So y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. So speaking of a Halle, let's talk about another Halle. So y'all remember the dress that Halle Berry wore um to the thing, to the gala. So she recently went to the Cannes Film Festival, and the Cannes Film Festival, they actually they got some new guidelines for the dress codes, and their dress codes now allows no nudity on the red carpet and no voluminous outfits. I hope I'm saying that right because it's kind of tongue twister. That means, in particular, those with no large trains that block the way of other guests and complicate theater seating are also no longer permitted. Um, According to reports, Halle Berry said, "I had an amazing dress by Gupta to wear tonight, and I can't wear it now because the train is too big." So I was like, okay, well, whatever, adjust. But let me tell y'all something. If this is the dress that she wore in place of it, I know how Hallie looks. I'm sorry. How do y'all feel about this dress here? Because I'm not feeling it. I know they said no nudity, but I didn't think they meant cover your whole body. Cover your whole body. I'm a fan of this dress. I just think it makes her look a lot. I know she's older now, but I thought it made her look a lot older than her. I think she has a little more pizzazz than this. You know, she's always going to look nice because she's just beautiful. But I didn't like this dress, and the back of this thing, nah, womp womp. Didn't care for it. But of course, there are going to people that love it and whatever. But I personally, I didn't care for this dress. I was like, you couldn't find something else, you know, something with a split. I don't know. Hallie, you always dress nice. You didn't need to go that far left. But that's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't know. I'm trying to tell you, I am not a fashion stylist, honey, because so I ain't gonna even front like I am or a fashion critic. I'm not gonna front, honey. I have enough trouble putting on clothes in the morning, the right stuff. So whatever. So our next story, Damon Dash, his financial story continues to go downhill. So I'm going to read y'all his what he's going through now, but I got to tell you guys, this is crazy. I almost feel bad for him. So Damon Dash has been ordered to sell his studio and streaming network over debts to creditors who are still waiting to be paid. Damon Dash's wife, Raquel Horn, has been ordered by a federal judge in New York to sell her ownership in Dame Dash's business, the Dash Group, and his other assets to help pay off growing lists of debts. The rap mogul owes over $78,000 to author and filmmaker Edwina Brooks. Brooks sued Dash for copyright infringement in 2019, accusing him of distributing a film based on her Mafietta book series without her consent. Hold on, y'all. My mouse is tripping. As Dame Dash continued to dodge payments, Brooks filed additional lawsuits accusing him of hiding assets and funneling money through shell companies like the Dash Group and Poppington LLC. According to Brooks, Dame Dash owes nearly $100,000 in interest and legal fees on top of the original judgment. After multiple failed attempts to collect, including the Rockefeller auction, she pushed through the court to force the liquidation of his remaining assets, and a judge has ordered Dame's wife to pay out of her share in the businesses. The U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York has just appointed a receiver to oversee the sale of Horn's interest in the Dash Group, which court filing says is owned 100% by his wife. The Dash Group, which Horn owns several of Dame Dash's most cherished assets, his American news streaming network, the CEO by Dash website, the children's book Dusko Goes to Space. Y'all, I am so sorry. My mouse is tripping today. Dash is required to fully cooperate, including handling over documents and granting access to company records. The proceeds from the sale will go directly towards satisfying the judgments in Brooks' favor. The move comes just months after Dash was forced to auction off his 1/3 stake in Rockefeller Records as sale that brought in only $1 million, far less than expected. The auction in November 2024 transferred Dash's right to the label's most valuable asset, Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album, to the state of New York. From that sum, $193,877.57, they were specific, went toward unpaid child support, and another $1.7 million was applied to Dash's outstanding state tax bill. That left nothing for the creditors who initiated the lawsuit that triggered the sale in the first place. Brooks filmmaker Josh Weber and Muddy Water Pictures are still owed $823,000 from a separate judgment involving the film Dear Frank. Dash's financial troubles don't stop there. He's facing a $4 million defamation judgment for comments made about Weber, $823,000 tied to the Dear Frank case, and an $8 million tax debt to New York State. Y'all, it goes on and on and on. Dang Dash, jeez. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. And do you feel bad for him? How do y'all feel about him? I don't know. That's a lie. Like I would just throw up my hands and be like, look, look, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. So whoever wanted to sue, whoever wanted, just clean me out. Just clean me out. Let me start all over again. That's a lot. But anyway, that's today's news so far. Don't forget, I'll be back later on this evening to update you guys on the Diddy trial. So, anyways, talk to you later. Bye bye.